Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. In this video, we go through all of the latest 3.9 leaks. I'm still seeing a good 60% of my viewers are not subscribed, so if you do appreciate my content, please do me a favour and hit that sub button. Plus, while you're there, tick that notification bell, then you know exactly when all of my videos go live. If you want to keep up with all of the latest leaks as they happen, be sure to check out the Star Citizen Leaks Discord linked below. Big thank you to those guys for gathering these all up in a nice, tidy place for us. So, we now have Alpha 3.9.0K. This was released to the Evacatis last night. It is still under NDA, and this patch actually has a hell of a lot of bug fixes, like tons of them, which is great to see, as it means we're getting a much more playable game. Unfortunately, it was also mentioned by the Star Citizen Leaks guys that the desync in this patch is very, very bad, and not to expect a Wave 1 patch release anytime soon, so today, unfortunately. Now, this is not a guarantee, but it is certainly a possibility. These guys know what they're talking about. I really hope we do get it sooner than later, but if CIG are trying to tackle the desync, then the team can be fixing a lot more bugs as well. So hopefully it means a much more stable build once it finally comes. I'm staying hopeful for a release as early as possible, but that is just me. And now that your dreams are crushed, let us take a look at the latest patch notes. So there is no change in testing focus, that is all the same. For locations, they have updated the ambient audio around prisons. They've updated the arrival radius distance for Lagrange points from 120 kilometers to 70 kilometers. They've reduced the initial chance of minables spawning in caves. Wonder what their intentions are here. Hopefully there's still plenty to go for in caves. For gameplay, they've added hot dog eating animations. The player's last used ship will be made immediately available at the closest station after being captured and sent to prison. They have added a remove and re-equip helmet to the personal inner thought wheel action. This is great news. I don't think it'll include the removal animation, nor placing the helmet under your arm. It's more going to be just the equivalent of going into your mobi-glass and taking it off and on. But it's a thing that I've been wanting for a while now, just to be able to, for like roleplay reasons, but also it's probably needed for eating and drinking, needing to remove your helmet to take a bite. They've also done sound effect polishing for mining consumables. They've adjusted down maximum prison sentence time accumulation for repeated crimes and done a sound effects pass on the personal inner thought menu. Now in weapons, they've updated the reticle on the NV TAC Tau plus 4x scope. This is to be more visible in darker backgrounds, which is obviously very helpful. For ships, they've updated the Aurora cockpit to have the correct level of audio reverberance. So basically any sounds of the external forces against your ship, it sounds like they were probably a bit too many. Also, they've added sound effects for the Esperia ship computer. Now, bug fixing. There is a ton of fixes here, so bear with me. Obviously, these are more to do with legacy bugs, previous bugs that we have from other builds. So they have fixed missing ambience audio around New Babbage garages. The warning UI should now appear while in mining mode. They've fixed a kill box near the surface on some parts of Walla. Throwing a grenade should no longer break ADS. The arrowhead sniper rifle barrel attachment UI should now be visible when crouching. Opening the mobi-glass in the bed should no longer clip it through your chest and be obstructed. The target indicator and missile lock indicator for the Anvil ballista should now appear correctly. For me, and if I hear any updates or bug fixes regarding the ballista, I'm expecting it's probably due to the testing of Theatres of War. It could be just a legacy bug that's been on the issue council for a while, but I wouldn't think many people really use the ballista in the PU, so I'm hoping this is more to say they're working hard on Theatres of War, and this is just something they've noticed. They've also fixed a bug that could cause Grimhex delivery lockers to not let the player pick up boxes. They've fixed the misaligned screens on the 890 jump battle bridge when using the support seats. Fixed an issue that would sometimes cause the question mark UI to remain over hostile targets when the player has already targeted and engaged with them. The Buccaneer should no longer hover slightly above the landing pads when spawned. Airlock doors at outposts should now have collision and interaction. Players should now be able to look through sniper scopes correctly while crouching and prone. I'm glad to see that's getting attention. That was very frustrating. And finally, the character customizer should no longer become unresponsive. There's also been 2 server crash fixes and 5 client crash fixes. So that is just a snippet of the bugs. Most of them are 3.9, but that's a huge chunk of bugs that a lot of them are in regards to older bugs and issues. So again, they're getting through some of these issues from previous patches. But that is it for the latest patch. Not a great amount of leaked footage, I'm afraid, to accompany the notes, but it is good that CIG are still pumping out the Evo builds. Regardless of whether we go to Wave 1 or not anytime soon, the more builds Evocati get means the more bugs that get fixed, which means it's going to be more stable when we get it in our hands. There is unfortunately just no way of knowing when CIG will be able to bring this to the wider audience. If they're talking about desync issues, then of course it is of big importance to get that fixed before releasing to Wave 1. But until then, I will continue to cover all of the leaks as they come, so make sure, as I say, you are subscribed for that. I will also be starting a new buyer's guide for Star Citizen ships. I've been asked to do this a lot, and I've just never had the time. Obviously, all we have now is time, so do keep an eye out for that. It is a series that I want to bring going forwards. Also, hit the like button if that sounds of interest to you. Come and hang out with us over on Twitch. If you've got any questions, any thoughts, if you're new to the game, come and hang out over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan. We are more than happy to answer any questions. Big thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Thank you all so much for the support. If you are interested in becoming a patron or channel member, the links are all below. Thank you. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.